Hello Comfort YouTube, it's just Liam back with another video. Apologies, it's been a little bit sparse on the uploads, had a few things going on lately, but hopefully be able to pick up on those in the not too distant future. Thanks for clicking on the video, checking out what I've been buying recently. So without any further ado, we'll jump straight into the books. Now, the first few things are a couple of recent eBay purchases. So the first thing is something that comes with a little bit of a story. So the issue in question is Preacher number 64, part 6 of 8 of the Alamo, and it was the last book of the run that I needed, including all the specials and stuff like that. Now, I'd ordered this from a seller in tail end of January, I think it was. Sent it untracked, hadn't arrived, was 3-4 weeks down the line, so I messaged them and asked what the crack was with it. Miraculously, 2 days later, a parcel then arrived from said seller, but it had the wrong thing in it. It had a copy of Son of Man, the Hellblazer trade paperback instead. So contacted the seller, sent them it back, obviously got me refund because it was the wrong thing. Reordered from a different seller and it came straight away. So a little bit of a rigmarole to finish it off, but pleased to finally have the set completed, so I can finally put that away, ready to dig out for a subsequent reread if I'm not going to grab it off my shelves instead. And the other couple of things are Hellblazer. So as I mentioned on a previous video, one of my goals for collecting this year is to get all the first 300 issues and finish off that run from the first volume. So I've got a few on order from America, so, and a couple of other things as well, which I'll show in a subsequent video. But for now, there's a couple I bought, little gap fillers from this side of the pond, and those are issues number 269 and number 278. A bit glare on there because I'm filming it at night. So for my wife's birthday, we often go to somewhere she wants to go to, but with an eye on trying to find some comic shops. And one spot she really does enjoy going to is the northern quarter of Manchester. So music to my ears, because there's a couple of shops that I like to go into other than Traveller Man and Forbidden Planet, and I grabbed a couple of new trade paperbacks from there because I think Forbidden Planet had a 3 for 2 sale on. Nothing overly exciting, just a couple of little a few of the absolute books, and I think it was the new first volume of Joe Kelly Spider-Man. Obviously Joe Kelly Spider-Man fan with a piece of original out there from 617. But anyway, so the couple of shops I'd like to go into, the first one of those is Empire Exchange. Now, it's a little bit of an Aladdin's cave of stuff, basically. I don't know how else to phrase it. It's got everything from children's books and toys to adult books and toys. But somewhere in between there, depending on what kind of books you're picking up, I suppose, is the comics. So when I was there the last time, I managed to pop in and passing, but I didn't really have a good chance to look around. And when I was there, I found a couple of issues of the Alan Moore Supreme. So with a bit more time when I went this time, I thought I'm going to dig through all of them and see if there's any there. And fortunately, there was a couple there that I needed to add to the collection. So the first one is the Liefeld cover for number 51. And we also have 52B. So I haven't read these yet, but I think it was supposed to be a single issue for 52, but it got split in A and B. But if somebody else knows a bit more on the Thingy Supreme, then please let us know in the comments. So the main bulk of the stuff that I ended up grabbing was American Flag. So for those who don't know, it's a series from Howard Chaykin. It was in First Comics that they published it. I think it might have went elsewhere subsequently, and I think Chaykin did the first 29-30 issues before somebody else took over, and I think went up to about 50. But I'm just trying to collect the Chaykin issues. So years and years ago, I worked with a guy who had some comics and was a big Chaykin fan. Give us a copy of Black Case. It was the first time I'd read that. A few other odds and ends, but he also gave us the first 12 or so issues of American Flag. So I'd come across those recently because I wasn't sure which issues, if those are exactly I had. So when I seen a few of the tail end of Chaykin's little stint there, I thought I'll grab them for the price that they were, because it was fairly reasonable, not overly expensive, and you know, want to try and support local shops. It's the main thing. As convenient as eBay is, you want to always try and support the bricks and mortar. But books I grabbed from this shop were issue number 14, number 15, number 16, number 19, number 21, not safe for work, well, I suppose it's safe for work because it's covered, but there was an interesting ad on the back of this for like a computer generated comic, which was claimed to be the first one. I can't remember exactly what it was called, but I might have to grab it out the bag and have a look to see what it was, because by today's standards the art didn't look the best, but I suppose for whatever year this came out, late 80s at some point, I'm assuming. I want to say 88, but that's probably miles off. But yeah, for the time it probably looked pretty good. Number 23, number 24, number 25, number 26, number 27, number 28, and number 29. And the last thing I grabbed from Empire Exchange, I'm a big Ed Brubaker fan, as you maybe see from the stuff on the shelves behind us, if you can make out a few of them. I think I might have Incognito somewhere behind my head, which is probably my favourite, and I really love Kill or Be Killed as well. But there was a what if story. I think there was only 6 issues in the volume and had a few decent writers on it. But when I seen Brubaker's name and it was a story I'd never read before, I thought I'll grab it and see what it's like. I haven't quite had a chance to read it yet, but it is issue number 6 of, I think it's volume 3 of What If Aunt May had died instead of Uncle Ben. So I'll check that out. So the other shop I like to go to when I'm in that northern quarter of Manchester is Paramount Books. I think it's only open on a Friday and a Saturday and a Sunday, sorry. So got a really good collection of stuff in it. There's quite a lot of comics in it for being an English shop, which isn't predominantly about the comics. So I grabbed a few bits while I was in there, and I'll go through those with you now. Mostly kind of run fillery stuff, but a few nice bits in there. So following on from the American flag issues, there's a couple more in this shop that I needed as well. Like I say, Trent Rhino Goes Chicken issues, and that was number 17 and number 20. And they had quite a few of the Marvel Knights Elektra series. Not something I've really dipped my toe in, but with Bendis writing it, and obviously loving his Daredevil work, and Greg Rucka, and really like how he writes, especially kind of female characters. I thought I'd pick these up to see what it was like, see if it's any good, see if it's something I want to finish up collecting the run of. So the first one I've got is the Sienkiewicz variant cover of issue number 2, issue number 4, and into the Greg Rucka stuff we've got issue number 7, number 8, number 9, number 11, number 12. Really interesting covers on these Greg Horn covers. Number 16, number 18, number 19, number 20, and number 21. This is beat to all hell. It's got sellotape right down the cover, but it's a Denny O'Neil written issue with, it's got a Joe Kubert cover, and I think it's Joe Kubert interiors, but I might be wrong on that. It is Justice League of America number 72. It's only cheap, I think it was only about £3, so for a bit of Denny O'Neil Silver Age, I'm not going to grumble about that, even if it's just a little reader. Random issue of New Mutants I was missing. I think it's the last of the Inferno crossover I needed. issue 71. And then a nice little bit of bronze, Phantom Stranger number 31. Really nice cover on that one. And sticking with Phantom Stranger, they had issue 4 of 4 of the Paul Kuckelberg and Mike Mignola Phantom Stranger miniseries. I think this was classed as volume 3, and that's volume 2. And then slowly but surely, and it should probably have been on my list to be honest, because I've got most of the, well, it's not that many expensive books, I've probably just one, but the John Ostrander and predominantly Tom Mandrake Spectre. Few issues of that I was missing, so it's got issue number 9, number 11, number 14, and number 59. I think it's only 54, which is the semi-expensive one now, Mr. Terrific and his first appearance in that. But yeah, I've got that one, and I think I'm only missing about 8 to 10 of those issues, but we'll just gradually pick them up, and then once I've got them all I can have a good read through. And last couple of bits, I got a couple of little, again, just little fillers, stuff I didn't have. So I've got issue number 8 of All-Star Superman. So it's trying to escape Bizarro world with Bizarro Lex Luthor and Bizarro Superman. And randomly, just because it was there, Something number 171, which I think is the final issue of volume 2. So yeah, a few pickups there, predominantly from Manchester. Like I say, I've got a few Hellblazery related bits on the way. I did decide recently, I can't remember if I mentioned in the previous video, that the numbered issues here, I'm probably giving up on the numbers. I think I'm just going to try and collect the actual kind of normal collected editions for the Gap. Like for example, I had this issue of Bloody Carnations, which I got as part of one of those library bundles I mentioned previously. But to be honest, instead of spending, you know, £80 to £200, I think number 20 is, I think I'm just going to collect them in the actual like OG trade paperbacks, and it'll probably kill my OCD because it's going to look totally different on the shelf. But at the end of the day, I'd rather just have the story on the shelf so I can grab it off. And if at a later date, you know, I end up grabbing a numbered copy or coming across one for a decent price, then I can always just replace the ones I've got. So yeah, I think I might have another one of the numbered comics coming, but again, watch your space, because judging by that Preacher number 54, we'll never know. So yeah, just a quick little update on some of the stuff I bought recently. I did attend a local convention in Abe, which is mostly anime. There's a few comics, I picked up a few little bits, but nothing really to write home about. It was probably more just because I was there, just bought some stuff. Bit of Matt Fraction Iron Man and a Bullseye trade paperback to save, again, digging out the singles. But yeah, hope everybody's keeping alright. Like, share, subscribe, all the stuff I'm supposed to say as a YouTuber. But yeah, thanks very much for watching. Hopefully speak to you soon. Take care. Bye bye.